If Kux can get the series win today, he'll advance to 5th place in the table overall. However, if Bluey wins, he'll move on to 4th.
But before we get that match started though,
remember to get yourself an early Christmas present.
From me, it's free, and can handle all your gifting needs.
Just click the link in the description.
Or check out at Give Your Game on Twitter.
And you can start gifting away to your heart's content. I just want you all to know that that was 100% non-edited synergy between me and Brian because we've put our differences aside.
Speak for yourself.
Anyway, let's get today's match between Bluey and kuxir97 started. You'll notice that Bluey has won every series where he took at least one game, but that's because all of his losses have been sweeps. Kux, on the other hand, has had a variety of series scores, but he has lost in both of the games where he went to game 5. I'm sure he'll want to finish Bluey swiftly like Ocelon, Scrub and Fairy did. Is that possible though with how unreliable he's been playing recently? The next 5 games will decide. Your eyes do not deceive you. That is kuxir97 in a Roadhog XL. Yeah, I had to take about 5 looks myself as well. I've never seen Kux play an Octane hitbox car since I believe 2016. And he's decided to go for one today, and it's the Roadhog XL. This is going to be very interesting to see how he gets on. I've never seen him play this car or any car like it before. Bluey's not in the Batmobile, he's back in the Octane. He did pretty well in the Batmobile against Ixo this tournament. And since then, he's had a bit of a rough time going up against Fairy and Scrub. But it's the old faithful for Bluey, and a good start for him as well. Bluey could almost secure at least a top 5 spot with a win today. He's got a couple more wins to get to make sure that he gets that one locked up. His win-loss record isn't the best right now. Bluey's going to beat Kux to the air here. Kux is out of the game momentarily. Decent recovery though. The crossbar did save him for long enough. You gotta remember it. If Kux can win this game, he will overtake Bluey thanks to Bluey's pretty bad win-loss record in games up until this point. He's been swept a couple of times and he's taken a game 5 win to beat Ixo. That's a fantastic shot though to put Kux down by 2, and it's been Bluey dominating so far. Very aggressive posturing, and he's always had the mechanics to execute once he does get in the right positions. Of course, so does Kuxir, but he doesn't really put himself in the usual positions. Bluey going for a double touch onto Kuxir. Kux gets the save at the last second. A nice recovery there by Bluey, though, to keep himself safe from a counter-attack while still putting on a pretty threatening shot. Kux yet to have any chances in offense this game. He's just going to shadow near post. Bluey hooking it off the near post to himself. Kux lands on it. Good block in again. And if there's one thing that the Roadhog XL is going to be good at, it's got to be just the pure size of this thing. Late dodge shot by Kux. Bluey somehow reads it and saves it. Wave dashing to try and beat Kux to the ball, who does that to him. Now Kux getting a chance to stay in Bluey's half for an extended period of time. But apart from that one delayed dodge shot to the edge of the box, it wasn't really the most threatening run of offensive plays. Bluey just going to take that one to the side with ease. Kux gives himself a little bit more time to get boost in the midfield. And he's going to switch things up now with a rush challenge. Bluey's got to be careful for the bump. Kux decides to go for the ball instead. Bluey doesn't have much boost left to work with. He's done well though. Volatile 50-50 gives him enough time to grab 100 and prepare for the next Kux attack. I've got to say, so far I'm not impressed by the offense Kux is bringing in the Roadhog XL. But that's not to say that it's supposed to be a one-sided series in favour of Kux or anything like that. Bluey's been playing a fantastic tournament at times. The only players who've given him really, really tough times have been Scrub and Fairy. The Ocelon series, which he lost, wasn't the best for him as well. That's going to dip in for Kux. It's 1 goal now in favour of Bluey. As Kux gets a delicate touch with probably the least delicate car in the entire game. And now he just needs one more to make this into a very interesting series. I know a lot of people will be interested just by the first few seconds when you log into the match, and then this is what you see. I challenge you to look away. It's not going to be easy. Bluey Pushes Kux back to the midfield. He's coming in fast, but Kux goes on the outside, and he's got an open net for a long, long time, and he will tie the game. It's more finesse with the Roadhog XL. Just squeezing the ball past Bluey. Bluey's worried about the direct shot or the straight 50-50. Kux goes on the outside. Not too different from the goal he scored against Fairy Peak from a similar spot, trying to catch this ground shot. Maybe flip it a bit early into that one was Kuxir, but here comes Bluey with an early shot of his own. Kux puts it off his own crossbar. Somehow manages to keep the ball somewhat under control. He's backwards though. Just a half flip to get a set up. Bluey's going to put it back into an awkward spot and keep Kux at bay for the time being. Kux with the direct slow pops, and he's got it right up next to Bluey's goal before Bluey even tries to get the save. Of course, with the reaction time like Bluey has, it's not going to be easy for Kux to score goals like that. It's a minute and 8 seconds now. Kux has got himself in an advantageous spot here. Bluey's going to have to run away and give Kux a ton of space because he doesn't have the boost to keep up this pressure. There's the early shot by Kux just to keep Bluey back some more. He's even stealing the small boost pads. He's still respecting Bluey's boost management though. He knows that Bluey may have enough boost to rifle a long shot. Of course, we could see that that was not the case, but Kux doesn't know that for sure, and he doesn't want to lose this game just by overstaying his welcome in Bluey's half. Now here comes Bluey, maybe looking for the dunk at the end of this one, and he gets it with a massive block. 35 seconds left, and Bluey on the outside just gets a couple of touches. That's all he needed. Kux couldn't get it past him, and it's a close game, but a game that Bluey has currently got the lead in. Strong kickoff for Kux. He's going to go for the boost at the side of the field. Bluey did not pick up the back boost. Kux has probably spotted him missing that one, and that is going to be a goal for Kux. All it took was one small misplay by Bluey. He's trying to grab enough boost at the back here. Maybe should have been able to save that one. He just didn't react fast enough. It was a pretty good shot by Kux. That is what happens when you win so strong with a kickoff to the outside. You can follow up with an attack. Kux maybe looking for a pinch. He decided not to go for it. The ball wasn't quite high enough on the wall. 18 seconds left. Kux next to attack. Bluey comes diving in. Kux checks to see where he is. He knows he's out of the game for a little bit, but not long enough. But oh, he somehow missed the ball as he comes back in. And Kux with a chip shot takes the lead. Bluey may have just thrown the game away. He went flying in expecting a direct shot, but Kux has put it off target. And now he's just going to hold on to the lead for 7 seconds. And then we'll have a win for the Roadhog XL, the only undefeated car in the tournament. Who would have thunk it? Kux with an Octane hitbox, and he wins the first game. I've just had a report straight from Psyonix HQ that every single crate that can get Roadhog XLs dropping from them have just sold out on all Rocket League trading sites. I wonder why. Bluey with a kickoff goal to start off game 2. It was him who got off to a better start in game 1, but Kux managed to stabilize and put up a pretty nice comeback. He's not always the player with the most goals when he's making comebacks. That's Kuxir. It's sort of a controlled, ominous thing, the Kux comeback. Good shot. You consider the boost that was available for Kux this time, but Bluey's comfortable on the back wall as ever. Kux just going to pop this one. Again, respecting Bluey's long shot ability. Placed himself pretty well there to get the ball wide of the target. Thinking about an air dribble maybe as Kux, but it's just a mind game in the near post, and he's going to get it over the top of Bluey, who did pre-jump and wasn't far off saving it. I do almost guarantee that that approach by Kux threw Bluey off. Kux didn't really know what he was planning there with the initial jump up. It was one of those fake pops followed by a very strange flight path, and Bluey just wants to stay well away from it. Another shot for Bluey. Kux sizes up the power and the angle yet again. He is looking very good. Floor pinch way wide of the target. Kux is going to mix in an early challenge. He's done this a few times so far this series, but not too often. Bluey decides not to shoot long, because you can see Kux already backing off. Kux is going to do just that. Force Bluey into another save. Bluey's been tested here with his goalkeeping, albeit saves you expect him to make. I do want to see more patient play and offense by Bluey. The long shot game versus Kux is not usually the best option, because he's so good at reading how much power you can get on the ball. Sorry, that's just a really good interception there by Bluey. Kux was trying to keep Bluey boxed in, get a little bit of a circling action going, but Bluey spotted the opening, and he does go in, and he does put in a long shot, but that was of course on an undefended net. Let's see if he can do the same when Kux is back and ready to defend. One long shot for Kux should have tied things up here. He's placed it to perfection. Bluey getting punished for an overextension. Didn't have the lead for too long this time. Have to apologise again. I did mention in one of the other broadcasts that I've got a bit of a cold right now, so if you do hear me going silent for a minute, probably just muting the microphone to loudly cough. No, you guys probably don't want to hear that. But we'll survive. It's a good day to be alive with Kux in the Road XL. Look at that for a flick. One of the best ones I've seen from Kux all tournament. He's decided to go fast this time. Bit of a change up from what Bluey will be used to defending against Kux. He's conditioned him to expect the slowest bounce dribble known to mankind. And then he hits him with the reverse 45-degree flick. Bluey looking for the flip reset. He has found it. No way! Bluey with the flip reset rebound. Crossbar to the rescue for kuxir97. What a goal that would have been. I mean, Bluey's had some crackers all tournament long, but that might have taken the cake. Kux is taking the lead and he's holding on to it. He's actually adding to it here. 4-2 now in favour of Kux. Not many challenges working for Bluey when he's throwing himself in early. It's just patience is the name of the game. That's what worked for OSM against Kux. But it's not working for Bluey because he wants to force the issue. He was having some success in game one with all-out aggression. But now the game's being played at Kux's pace, he's not seeing anywhere near as much success. Kickoff's also looking very good for the Italian, the legend, the veteran. Will be putting up his second win in the league with a win here. Of course, Kux still has a chance to finish top 3, or top 4 rather, without having to rely on too many other results going in his favour. It's very, very tight at the bottom of the table right now. Bluey trying to turn around. He's still got plenty of boost to make something happen, but with no dodges left, it's going to be tough to put that one back on target. 2 minutes remaining now for Bluey to find the comeback. Kux is really playing such a solid series here. He's had a good read on what Bluey's capable of. It's not easy to figure out what Bluey's capable of. But Kux only took a couple of games to do it, if that. Wave dash into soft pop by Bluey. Kux is just going to sit back and let him do whatever he wants. Maybe trying to land on top of Bluey here. Blind shot, decides not to continue for that one. Could not quite see where the ball was. Kux, I think, expected the ball to overtake him there, but it didn't happen quite the way he wanted it to. Another shot by Bluey from distance, but Kux calculates it, gets the save, and another counter attack. He's not fallen off the ceiling very quickly here, but Bluey's gone straight past the ball. Kux has done a pretty good job this game, knowing when one of his offensive plays is best left alone. He knows when to give up on a play, or at least he has in this series. 1 minute remaining for Bluey. Another flip reset. He's going to use it late, but he puts it wide of the target. It's been so close but so far for Bluey in the flip reset department. As Kux lines up a pinch shot from distance. Where's Bluey? He's sitting way back. Lots of respect for Kux's pinching ability, as it was on target. Of course, the only pinch goal we've seen so far this tournament was Ixo. Bluey with an insanely powerful rebound on target, but Kux was able to read that one as well. And he makes it 6-2 in game 2. Great positioning there by Kuxir. He puts himself inside the goal so that he can go forward at whatever angle Bluey does hit. Of course, if Bluey can hit the top shelf there, Kux is probably not saving it. But Kux is willing to bet that the majority of the time the top corner will not be the angle I guess found. Did Kux really just bump Bluey out of an in-and-out save? I've said in the past that the in-and-out save might be the way to avoid air dribble bumps, but Kux managed to hit Bluey anyway. 7-2. An outstanding performance by kuxir97. He's putting together some great shots, great goals in this game. And it's going to have to be another insane comeback for Bluey. He has had one reverse sweep successfully this tournament. Every other series he has played has been a sweep. 3 against him, 1 for him. He doesn't want to make it another one against him because then his game win-loss differential is going to be really quite low. I think lower than anybody else's in the tournament. So if he does end up in any ties, he'll be losing those tiebreakers. Looks like he'll get 1 goal for the road. But it's just going to be consolation. Kuxir 7-3 in game 2, 2-0 in the series. Just like in the EXO series, Bluey's decided to come back in with a longer car. Let's see if he has any better luck. It worked that time. Will it work today against Kuxir's Roadhog? He's gone and saved another tough shot to the far side of the goal. Stuff like this is why Kux is considered such a good goalkeeper. It's not just because he makes last-second saves. It's because he's very good at figuring out not just what an opponent is trying to do, but also how well they can do it. And that's why if somebody can put so many goals past Kux, it's one of the more impressive things to do in Rocket League. That should be one for Kux. Top right corner. Unstoppable shot. Bluey wasn't too far out of position, but out of position he was. He gets drawn in by the boost, and that gave Kux ample time to find the back of the net. It's a great first touch by Kux as well to set himself up rather off the sidewall. Now Bluey's really up against it. Maybe going to look for a bump of his own, but Kux stays well underneath him. What a save! Bluey was blocking the majority of Kux's angles, but he somehow manages to stay out of harm's way and keep the ball out of the back of his net. I really cannot stress just how good of a save that is. It's not easy to do that when somebody's flying in front of the ball trying to land on you. Hard to find the gap, but Kux has done just that. Bluey forced into another ball chasing scenario. He needs that extra time so he can grab boost in the back corner, but now Kux has got the ball rolling towards his half and he wants Bluey to come to him. Time is being wasted very well here by Kux. And if he can get a goal at the end of this exchange, it'll be really bad news for Bluey. That's not the worst outcome for Bluey though. He did manage to get a turnover relatively safely, but hang on a second, it might not be over just yet. Kux almost looking threatening pretty early on. He's going to look for the backboard. Bluey should have that defended. Kux doesn't want to go for anything like that. Bluey's wall reads, something he's quite well known for. Bluey trying to save as much boost as he can here to manipulate this one in his favor, but he doesn't have quite enough pace once he arrives at the final destination. He's had nothing yet in game 3. It's just all Kuxir, but suddenly he's knocked himself off the side of Bluey's net. I'm not quite sure what happened here. Bluey scoops it in. Also almost missing the target, but he does find the back of the net for a 1-goal game. Kux needs to be careful here. He's not overextended too often this game, or indeed this series. He's going to lose this. He'd probably rather it be to Bluey's good plays, not his own bad plays. Bluey turned away again. He'll have to come back with another angle. He's just been grazed on the pass by of Kux there, and that's a bit unfortunate for Bluey. He may have had a rebound here, but Kux just got a piece of him as they pass by each other midair. And that knocked Bluey off target. He was able to get the ball past Kux, but he couldn't get his car past Kux, which is understandable given the size of this beast, this monster that Kux has decided to drive today. Bluey with an open net momentarily. Doesn't quite put it on target or quick enough. That's half the game gone. Bluey only able to get 1 goal so far. Trying another fancy flick, but it's just Kuxir again with a save in the corner, and more time being wasted by Kux. Probably the only player in the world who could do this and still have people on the edge of their seats. 2 minutes left now. Kux playing keep away. He's coming off the ceiling. He doesn't want to take any risks here. A goal would be nice, but even better would just be more time wasted. You know, Kux did take a pretty big risk there. Almost a counter-attack goal for Bluey when he fails his ceiling shot. He escapes it. So it was a little bit too awkward for Bluey to handle. Bluey maybe trying to catch this from the far post. He decides to go into the wall and then look for the rebound again, but he's just able to squeak it in. It looked like he might not catch up to it, but he does. Really nice play by Bluey. He had to keep on boosting all the way through that one and place it in the corner. Kux was trying to catch up, but he just could not quite get there. Reverse sweep still on the cards for the Englishman. Like I said earlier, really needs at least a couple of game wins here, even if he doesn't get the full reverse sweep. Kux going for a flip reset of his own. He's missed the ball though, and has he just given Bluey the comeback? I believe he has. Bluey does not miss. And another risky play by Kux fails and gives Bluey all he needed, all he wanted from this game. A chance to go into the final minute with a win still being available. Bluey's going to have to go up the wall. He didn't get his infield dribble to work properly. Doesn't have much boost left to work with. Kux has done well. Is this just going to be the return favour? Bluey saw Kux passing the ball to him with a risky play, and he's gone and done it right back. You know, would have worked against a lot of other players. The air dribble fake into a floor pinch, but Kux was just tracking him all the way down to the ground. Another chance for Bluey. Can he get anything working against Kux in the final minutes here? Another boomer by Kux from distance. So wide of the target. Bluey forced into a save anyway. Bluey again off the sidewall. Kux early challenge, gets the interception. He needs to be careful here not to get demoed. Well, there it is. Bluey has an open net for the time being. Kux is back though, and he's recovered faster than Bluey, and surely gonna make it 5-3. It's off target for the time being, but not anymore. Bluey not quite quick enough to recover and keep his goal clear of danger. And I can't believe it, but we might be on the verge of seeing a Roadhog XL getting a sweeping victory in the Mannfield Night 5K. Truly unbelievable stuff. Bluey rebound, make it a double rebound with a flip reset. It's on target, but way too slow. And even a zero boost Kux can keep that one out. 12 seconds. Bluey's got to score right now or it's all over. Has he got anything left? It looks like he does. Kux puts it in his own net. And there is a glimmer of hope yet for Bluey. With 7 seconds left, he got one very deft extra touch to put it behind kuxir97. And he needs a kickoff win, and he gets the kickoff win. It's going to bounce into an awkward spot though. Can he follow up? Yes, he can. Bluey ties it with 2 seconds left. I thought Kux was going to be back in time, but he's dodged so late and landed in another continent. Somehow Bluey has found a way back into a series that he had no business being in. It looked like it was all over. And instead, into overtime we go. With kickoffs going in Bluey's favour for the latter half of this game. He now has an advantage. A very strong spot at the near post. Side flip shot. Goes top corner. Bluey's done it. Just when you think it's all over, he finds a way. And he will not be swept today. It's now 2-1. Sorry, not 3-1. 2-1 in favour of Kuxir. Will that win give Bluey the confidence that he needs to attack game 4 with a vengeance? He's still dominating kickoffs. Another crushing blow to Kuxir. It's 4 seconds into game 4. Bluey's in front again. That's going too low. I mean, he's in a pretty tall hitbox, but he needs to hit that ball a little bit higher up, and this time he will. Now we've got a very interesting series in our hands with a comeback of that sort for Bluey. The end of the last game. You know he's going to be feeling pretty good about his chances now. He's already reverse swept Flores in qualifying for this tournament, and Ixo in the league play portion of this event itself. And now he's threatening to do it to Kuxir. 2-0 Bluey. Wasn't able to hold on to a 2-goal lead in game 1. That was before the card change, before the almost impossible comeback was pulled off. Kuxir with a floor pinch off the corner wall. He's trying a front flip there, but he's accidentally forward rolled. Kuxir's not looking too comfortable at the moment. Looking like a whale out of water a little bit. Now Bluey with plenty boost to go for the whatever he wants to do at the end of this play. I believe that's on target. Indeed it is. Bluey gets enough of a hitbox on it to squash it in, even past the insane mass of Kuxir's vehicle. There, I say it, 4 minutes to go, but Bluey is on such a huge momentum swing. 6 consecutive goals. Finally, Kux breaks the spree with a kickoff goal to keep Bluey guessing. He's not going to get all 3 kickoff wins this series. And another win for Kuxir. The ball's in his corner, but he'll be able to take control of it with 100 boost in his back pocket. Not the strongest win, but still a win nonetheless. And a useful position to be in when you've got this much time left on the clock. You don't need fast kickoff wins, hard wins. You just need possession and boost. Bluey's refusing to back down at the moment. Kux just wants him to do that. Bluey forcing Kux up the wall. Kux accepts the challenge, and Bluey almost actually getting back. I thought he was going to be way out of the game. He must have turned around on the ceiling here or something. Yeah, it's a good recovery by Bluey actually. Really not too far off saving that one somehow, which he honestly shouldn't have been able to do, given the decisions that he made in the run-up to that play. He's decided not to go for touching the ball here. He's inviting Kux into his corner. Will he regret that decision? Kux muscles him off the boost in the back corner. Gives Bluey plenty of time to charge up a long shot. Kux knows it's off target though. Does not want to jump unless he has to. Catches the ball at the end of a dodge, but wasn't able to get much height on it. We saw Fairy Peak using that shot to great effect against Scrub Killer. Kux has done that a few times in the past, but he's not shown it too many times this tournament. He's only got 1 goal left to find. You've got to remember that it was Kux playing a bit too risky at the end of last game, or just throughout last game, that allowed Bluey back into the match. Will Bluey make the same mistake? He's waiting for the ball to bounce low for the ground shot. Bar down and bar again and in. Perfect shot by Bluey. Just waiting for the ball to bounce lower so he can hit it that bit harder. Kux could not quite get in the way. He knew it was close to on target when he saw that ball leave Bluey's car at such a great rate of knots. Half the game to go. Bluey just going to catch this one out of the ceiling shot. Didn't want to follow through. Decided it was a bit too risky to do so. That's a good sign for Bluey fans, because you don't want to see him going for too many risky plays. Kuxir with a backflip shot. Bluey almost out of position there. The shot was just off target. Another aerial play for Bluey. Is he going to go for a flip reset? You bet he is! And he's going to hit it. 5-2. You know, risky play or not, when it's Bluey who's trying to do it, the execution rate is so high that do you even call it a risky play? For him, these are just plays. 2 minutes left. Kux down by 3. Game 5 on the horizon. Okay, Kux really needs a goal pretty soon. He takes quite a long time to set up lots and lots of chances. That's a really nice turnaround though. Bluey trying to dunk on Kux as he comes across his own box. Kux is going to flick it over him and put it in the open net. 1 minute 41 left now. Only 2 goals in it. Bluey getting caught out being over aggressive. He's trying to mix in that fast challenge. Come from Kux's blind spot, but Kux was looking to see what he was doing. He's got a bit of boost here to work with, but so does Bluey. Kux might look for the rebound here. He's just going to double jump off the wall. Bluey in his way. And again, saving a shot and turning it into a counter-attack. Kux looking for the demo, but he can't find it. It's 1 minute 26, and the lead is back up in favour of Bluey by 3. You know, Kux wasn't too far off the demo there, but Bluey's recovery was just too fast. As always, such a quick player. Such a mechanically gifted player. He's starting to show some good decision making as well in the ones arena, but hold up, what dear, he's just pinched this one straight at Kuxer, and now he's flopping all over the place. Bluey, what is going on, mate? Kux has just made it a 2-goal game, and you didn't have much to say about it. Double jump, and then another flip that doesn't hit the ball. Not the best showcase of Bluey's skill there. It's creativity getting the better of it, perhaps. Kux decides to stay with the ball. Long shot is available, but the power really wasn't there for Kux that time. Bluey again, jumping and missing the ball. He needs to be careful here. He's getting a bit excited about the prospect of a game 5 as Kux looks for the demo and finds it. He's got the open net. Bluey spawning far side. It's exactly what the Italian wanted. And we have a game. It's 51 seconds left. Kux on the comeback trail. Bluey wins this. We are going to go to game 5, but Kux can win. He'll leapfrog Bluey in the standings. Look to get into that top half. Bluey with another flip reset. You've got to be kidding me. Bluey's done it again! 1 flip reset was spectacular. 2. That's just unbelievable. And the actual shot itself wasn't a slow one by any means. Some of these flip reset plays that you see trickle in with the goalkeeper being completely mind-gamed. I think Kux saw that one coming, and there's just nothing he could do about it. He's always going to concede to a good shot in that position. Bluey puts on one of the best shots we've seen all tournament. Mind game from Kux. He runs right into Bluey, who's standing right in his way, and puts in another goal. Game 5 is on the way, ladies and gentlemen. It's Bluey's flip resets against Kux in the Roadhog XL. Unless Kux can pull out another miracle. He's stopped Bluey from making it 9. But without a goal in the next couple of seconds, it's going to be a game 5. Kux will get one more, and it's a delicate touch that helps him do it. 11 seconds for Kuxer. Kickoff goal almost absolutely necessary at this point. He's going to go for a block kickoff. That is going to win him the race to the ball, but he doesn't have any boost left after the fact to put a shot on target that Bluey can't save. And just like that, we are going to go to game 5. Bluey with an incredible comeback in game 3. An outstanding display of skill in game 4. And we're all tied up. So let's get started. It's Bluey in the Dominus, Kux in the Roadhog XL. This is the only game that matters. We've had an incredible series so far. I was surprised when I saw Kux joining the party to get this series underway. When I saw him entering in the Roadhog, I think myself and Bluey were having a good laugh and thinking, what a good joke by Francesco, pretending that he's going to play the Roadhog, but then he's gone and done it. So respect for that. Not just that, but respect for taking it all the way to game 5. Respect for both of these guys. Bluey's had to claw and bite to get here. He has made it all the way to game 5. Trips up Kux landing. Kux with a boost steal and more possession to go with this 1-goal lead that he has currently. Of course, he's going to be worried about those flip reset plays, but for the time being, it is Kux versus Bluey's defense. It's all about the fast recoveries and the pre-jumps for Bluey. There's one as we speak. It's only because he's caught a piece of Kux's car as Kux gets the ball past him. And he's able to stay relevant here. Kux scares Bluey away from the ball just by presenting himself on the sidewall, and now they're just going to have a little stare down. Bluey wants Kux to come to him. Kux wants him to come to Bluey to come to the midfield. You know, if I didn't know these guys, you might think that they're somebody's disconnected, but this is exactly how they play. Bluey hates to challenge. He loves people to attack him, and Kux doesn't like to attack people. He wants them to challenge him. So it's sort of like the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. What do you get? Well, apparently absolutely nothing. But Bluey caved first, and he's the one who's conceded first. 2-0 now in favour of Kuxir in game 5. Bluey's got a chance at the edge of the box, so he's going to go low with the mind game. But Kux just parks the biggest bus you've ever seen in Rocket League in the way. Closes the door on Bluey's first goal. Kux with a terrible recovery here. Bluey has had a long time to try and put this one on target. He's accidentally hit the bar though. He bumps Kux away from the boost, so he can try again from the other side. It's Bluey looking to go far post. Kuxir standing in his way. 2 minutes gone. Bluey still in the hunt for a goal. Kux with a big hit with the back end of the car to give him some distance, but he's way out of his goal line right now. Bluey flicking it. Kux getting the save. More tussling at the edge of the box. Kux has landed backwards, but still has the better position. Almost half the game gone now. Kux back in control of the ball. Bluey does not look comfortable this game 5 at all. Now Kux has an open net, but no boost to shoot with. He's going to put it in anyway. Bluey can't get there. And it's 3-0 for kuxir97. Another comeback required for Bluey. He managed to get a touch on that ball, but it just ended up going straight back to Kux off the corner wall. A little bit unfortunate for Bluey. Kux kick-off goal attempt. Post saves the Englishman. He's got not much boost here. He has to drop the ball out of the ball carry. Look for something on the deck, but it's hard to make any play besides a mind game work in that position. Kuxir will be happy to waste time now. He knows Bluey's not comfortable challenging him when he has the ball, so when he gets the ball, you can be sure that he's going to try and let the clock do the work for him. Here he goes again, forcing Bluey to come to him. Bluey just does not want to. He's faked the challenge and managed to get Kux to give him the ball, but it's taking so much time, and Kux is still here. Bluey will put one in though. Despite Kux's presence, there was a far corner of the goal to aim at. It's a little bit careless by Kux to go in for the challenge so slowly against a player who's known for his mechanical ability and speed. A kickoff win for Kux gives him a chance to make it a 3-goal game straight away. Bluey with a great save off the crossbar. He's got enough on it to keep Kux back from another shot. Bluey takes to the air again. Will it be the flip reset that's been so successful for him? It's going to be the bump onto Kux mid-air. And we do have a game 5 on our hands. Looked like Bluey might be out of it. He didn't know what to do when Kux was wasting time and running down the clock, but found a way back in. He bided his time, played it patiently, and he was rewarded. Kux has not got much boost here. Bluey beats him too. Kux just gets a tiny piece of that ball. Bluey looking for the demo. Kux was aware of it, but hang on, he's got the ball past Kux. Rolls to safety. Now comes Bluey for the air dribble. It's going to be Kux in the way though. Now Kux in the counter-attack. Can he get the ball under control? Looks like it's just ran away from him here. With just over a minute left of the clock, Bluey's still down by a single goal. He does have the possession. He's been getting quite a lot of possession in this last game. Rebound attempt by Bluey. Kux pre-jumps and recovers. Bluey's just trying to get the ball in as many awkward spots as possible. Keep Kux away from it, but so many saves by Kux at the near post. Bluey's forced to back off and try from a different angle. He's taking such a heavy touch here. I think he's going to have to bail out of this one. Kux, redirect attempt on his own pass. 36 seconds. Bluey forced back into his own defensive corner. He's just trying to get Kux to dive into a challenge, but I don't think Kux is going to do that. That's not what he's known for. There is another possession play for Bluey. Kux half flipping to keep himself relevant, but his boost is dropping down dangerously low. Bluey maybe going to go for a bump play on the deck, but the ball's not on target, so he has to look for another option. It's now or never for Bluey. He needs to get the ball up in the air and put it into Kux's net. If anybody can do it, it's him, but this is going to be exceptionally difficult. Kux comes in with a bump, but that's going to be game, set and match. kuxir97 and the Road Dogg XL takes the win. The long car switch nearly pulled it out the bag again for Bluey, but Kuxir rallied and prevented the reverse sweep, and as such is now 5th in the league, his highest placing so far. Bluey's last matchup in the league will be against OSM, so at least he'll be able to control his own destiny to a certain extent. The 3 sweeps he's suffered at the hands of Ocelon, Scrub and Fairy though have really taken their toll on his win-loss differential. Tomorrow sees another challenger rise to take on Fairy. For Flake's sake though, I hope that breakfast cereal isn't on the menu. Day 23 will follow, and so will Ixo versus Scrub, and then Ocelon versus OSM will be our matchup for day 24 of the competition. Day 25 though, I know a lot of people are looking forward to, as Ixo will challenge Fairy's reign of supremacy. As we bring day 21 and indeed week 3 to a close though, it's goodbye from me and goodbye from Brian. And the final week of league play starts tomorrow with Fairy Peak versus Flakes. Thanks as always for watching, and see you in the next one.